quick question before we even say hello. Jack, tell me something honest.
Okay, that is a scary way to start.
When you woke up this morning, what was the very first thing you touched?
Oh, wow. Okay. My phone. Obviously, my phone.
Before water? Before saying good morning to anyone in the house?
Yes.
Before even opening your eyes properly?
Okay. I feel judged right now.
No judgment, because I did the exact same thing. Hi, everyone. I am Anna.
And I am Jack. And welcome to LexiPath Podcast English Channel, where we learn real English through real, honest conversations.
And today's conversation is about something that is very normal, a little uncomfortable, and I think really important.
We are talking about life without your phone. Just one day, 24 hours. No scrolling, no notifications, no endless videos at midnight.
But here is what makes today special. We are not just asking, could you survive without your phone?
We are asking something much deeper. What happens to your relationships when the phone disappears?
Because here is something I truly believe. The phone does not just take your time, it takes your presence. And when your presence is gone, the people around you feel it, even if they never say a word.
So today we are walking through one full no-phone day. Morning, afternoon, evening, and exploring what changes, what becomes possible, what comes back to life.
This episode is B1 level, perfect for intermediate learners. And if you are A2, stay with us. Let the story carry you. The English will become clearer each time you listen.
All right, let us begin. And I promise, by the end of this episode, you will want to put your phone in a drawer, just for a little while. So picture this. The night before your no-phone day, you make a deal with yourself. You write it on a piece of paper, yes, actual paper, and you stick it on the wall. Tomorrow, no phone.
And you sleep, and morning comes, and the very first test begins.
The alarm goes off, and here is the thing. Your alarm is on your phone, so you have to touch it. You pick it up, turn off the alarm, and then you
put it face down, screen facing the table, and you walk away.
Which sounds simple. It is not simple.
It is not simple at all, because your brain has been trained. Every morning for years, the sequence is the same. Alarm, unlock, check messages, check news, check everything. It is almost like breathing.
And when you break that sequence, your brain panics a little. It says, wait, something is missing. We forgot something.
But nothing is missing. You are just awake, with yourself, without a screen between you and the morning.
And that is when the interesting things start to happen. Anna, tell them what you noticed.
Okay. So I went to the kitchen to make tea. And normally, while the water boils, I stand there with my phone. I am not even reading anything important. I am just holding it, like a habit, like a comfort object.
A comfort object. That is a great way to say it. Like a small child with a blanket.
Exactly. Except our blanket has Instagram on it. So this morning, no phone, just me, the kettle, and the sound of water heating up. And I looked around the kitchen, and my younger brother was sitting at the table.
Doing what?
Just sitting, eating his toast, staring out the window. He looked a little tired, a little worried about something.
And normally, you would not have noticed.
Normally, I would not have noticed because my eyes would have been on my screen. But today, I had nothing to look at except him. So I sat down and I said, "Hey, you okay? You look tired."
And?
He looked at me like I had just done something very unusual, like I had said hello in a foreign language. And then his face changed, softer, more open. And he said, "I had a bad dream. I did not sleep well.
Something so small, but also so real.
And we talked for 20 minutes, right there, over tea and toast, about his dream, about something he was nervous about at school, about something silly that made us both laugh.
And that conversation happened because of one thing.
Because I had no phone in my hand to hide behind. The phone, without us realizing, builds invisible walls between us and the people we love. And on a no-phone morning, those walls come down.
Invisible walls. I love that because they are not dramatic. There is no argument, no distance, just a phone. And somehow that is enough to separate two people who are standing right next to each other. Okay, morning survived. Now it is afternoon, and the afternoon has its own set of challenges.
In the morning, the challenge is habit. You reach for the phone automatically.
But in the afternoon, the challenge is boredom, and boredom is actually very important.
Say more about that.
We have forgotten how to be bored, genuinely bored. Because the second we feel even slightly unstimulated, we open our phones. There is always something to look at, something to react to.
The phone has become our answer to every uncomfortable emotion. Bored? Phone. Anxious? Phone. Awkward silence? Phone. Waiting for someone? Phone.
And here is the problem. Those uncomfortable feelings, the boredom, the silence, the awkwardness, they are actually the spaces where real connection happens.
Think about the best conversations you have ever had in your life. Were they planned? Or did they happen in an unexpected quiet moment?
Waiting for a bus, sitting in a car, a slow afternoon at home. That is where real talk lives.
On my no-phone afternoon, I was at home. My mother was in the other room. I had nothing to do. No phone, no distraction, just time.
Most people would say that sounds boring.
I thought it would be boring, but something strange happened. I walked into the room where my mother was, and she was going through some old photographs, physical photographs, from before everything was digital.
Oh, that sounds like a movie moment.
It felt like one. I sat down next to her, and she started telling me stories about each photo. Her wedding day, the house she grew up in, her mother, my grandmother, who I never met.
How long did that last?
Almost 2 hours. 2 hours I did not even feel because I was not half there. I was completely there.
Half there. Can we talk about that phrase for a moment? Because I think it is the most honest description of how we exist in relationships today.
Half there means your body is in the room, but your mind is somewhere else. You are giving someone maybe 40% of your attention. Your ears are half open. Your eyes keep moving toward the screen.
And the person talking to you, they feel it. They might not say it. They probably will not say it, but they feel it.
My mother told me something that afternoon that I will never forget. She said, "I used to talk more, but lately I feel like I am interrupting you."
She stopped talking because she felt like an interruption.
Like her stories were getting in the way of my scrolling, and I had no idea. I thought I was listening, but I was only half listening. And half listening is its own kind of silence.
Half listening is its own kind of silence. Write that down, everyone. That is the sentence of this episode.
Evening. This is the hardest part of the no phone day, and also the most beautiful.
Because the evening is when families come together. Everyone is home, dinner is on the table, and normally, what does that look like in most homes?
4 people, 4 phones, 4 separate worlds sharing one dining table.
And nobody thinks it is strange anymore. It has become completely normal to eat together alone.
Eat together alone. Yes, that is exactly what it is.
On my no-phone evening, dinner was different. I sat down and I had nothing to look at. And I realized something immediately. I did not know how to just sit with people anymore.
What do you mean?
I mean, I felt awkward. I did not know what to do with my hands. I did not know where to look. The silence felt strange, like it needed to be filled.
Because normally, the phone fills every silence. It is the background noise of every moment.
But this evening, the silence stayed. And then something happened that I did not expect. My father asked me a question. A real question. Not how was your day, but, Jack, what are you actually working toward right now? What do you want your life to look like?
Wow, that is not a small dinner question.
It was not, and I think he asked it because for the first time in a long time, I was actually there to be asked. I was not half present. I was not one eye on the screen. I was just sitting there, open.
And what did you say?
I told him the truth. I told him I was scared, that I wanted things I was afraid to want, because what if they didn't work out? And he listened. He really listened. And then he said, I felt that exact same fear when I was your age. Let me tell you what helped me.
He connected with you across years, across a generation.
Over a dinner table, with no phones, just two people, some food, and enough quiet to actually hear each other.
I had my own moment that evening. After dinner, I was sitting with my grandmother. She visits us sometimes on weekends. And normally, if I'm honest, I feel a little impatient during those visits. I sit with her, but I'm thinking about what I'm missing on my phone.
That is very honest.
It is, and it is not something I am proud of. But this evening, phone was gone, and I sat with her, properly sat with her, and she took my hand, just like that. And she said, you know, you remind me so much of myself when I was young.
Oh.
And she started to tell me about her life, about who she was before she became a grandmother, before she became a mother, who she was when she was 23 and full of big feelings and small hopes and questions she was afraid to ask anyone.
A whole person you had never really met.
A whole person, right there, in the same house, all along, and I had been too distracted to see her.
A whole person, right there, in the same house, all along, and I had been too distracted to see her.
And those conversations cannot be scheduled. You can't put them in a calendar. They only happen in the empty spaces, the unplanned, unscheduled, phone-free quiet of just being together.
So maybe the real question is not, can you survive without your phone for a day?
The real question is, what are you missing right now, at this very moment, because your phone is in your hand?
Before we go to our words section, we want to give you a moment, just 30 seconds of thinking.
Think of one person, someone in your home, your family, your close circle, who you have been half present with lately.
Someone who talks to you while your eyes are still on your screen. Someone who has maybe started to say less because they have learned you are not fully listening.
Someone whose stories you have been interrupting with your scrolling without ever meaning to.
Got that person in your mind?
Good. Now imagine putting your phone in another room, just for one evening, and sitting with that person, not doing anything special, just being there, fully there.
What do you think they would say? What do you think they have been wanting to tell you?
You do not need a dramatic change. You do not need to throw your phone in the river.
Please do not throw your phone in the river.
Just try one small thing. Phone off the dinner table. Phone out of the bedroom at night. Phone face down when someone you love is speaking.
That small act, phone face down, says something without words. It says, right now, you are more important than anything on this screen.
And that might be the most powerful sentence you never have to say.
Let us know in the comments, what is one small phone-free moment you are going to try this week? Even 5 minutes counts. Even dinner counts.
Write it down. Making it real in words makes it more likely to happen.
Okay, time for our LexiPath word tour. The part where we slow down and look at the words that made today's episode special.
8 words, 8 little windows into real life. And every single one of them is connected to today's topic. Your relationships, your attention, and the people you love.
You can just listen. Or if you want, repeat after us. No pressure, no test, just language living in your ears.
Let us begin.
Word number 1. Half present.
Half present means your body is in one place, but your mind is somewhere completely different. You are giving maybe 50% of your attention, maybe less, to the person right in front of you.
And the other 50%?
On your phone, on your notifications, on everything except the moment you are actually in.
Example. He was at the dinner table, but half present. One ear on the conversation, one eye on his phone.
Word number 2. Invisible wall.
Invisible, something you cannot see. Wall, something that separates, that blocks. Put them together, and you get something very powerful.
An invisible wall is a barrier between two people that nobody built on purpose, but everyone can feel. It stops real closeness. It stops true connection.
And the phone builds these invisible walls slowly, quietly, without one single argument.
Word 3. Comfort object.
I love this one. A comfort object is something you carry or hold, not because you need it in that moment, but because it makes you feel safe, calm, less alone.
Small children have comfort objects. A soft blanket, a stuffed toy, something they bring everywhere because letting it go feels scary.
And for many adults today, the comfort object is the phone.
We do not always pick it up for information. We pick it up because holding it feels normal, safe, familiar.
Word 4. Unstimulated. A longer word, but a very important one.
Stimulated means your brain is active, engaged, receiving something interesting. Unstimulated is the opposite. Nothing exciting is happening, and your brain is quietly looking for something to do.
And that small 2-second feeling of boredom, that is the trigger. That is when most people automatically grab their phones.
Word 5. Fully present. The beautiful opposite of word 1.
Fully present means all of you is here. Not 50%, not 90, 100%. Your eyes, your ears, your thoughts, your heart, all pointed at this one person in this one moment.
And when someone is fully present with you, you feel it. You cannot explain it, but something is different. You feel seen. You feel worth listening to.
Word 6. Unplanned moment.
Unplanned. Nothing was organized or prepared. It just happened. And a moment, a small piece of time, something quick, something you could easily miss.
An unplanned moment is when real life surprises you with something meaningful. A conversation that comes from nowhere. A laugh you did not expect. A story that changes how you see someone.
These moments never appear in your calendar. They live in the empty spaces. The slow kitchen morning, the quiet drive, the evening with no agenda.
Word 7. Slow down enough. 3 small words. One very big idea.
Slow down. Reduce your speed, your busyness, your rushing through life. And enough. That tiny word, enough, means to a degree that actually makes a difference.
Because the problem is not always that we do not care. often we care very much. We just move too fast to show it.
We are always finishing something, going somewhere, checking something, and the people around us slowly become background. They blur into the walls.
And our final word, word 8, make it real.
Make it real means to take something that only exists inside your head, a wish, a plan, a good intention, and give it a form in the world. Say it out loud. Write it down. Do it.
Because a thought that stays only in your mind is very easy to forget. But a thought you write or speak or act on, that becomes something solid, something true.
It crosses from the invisible world into the real one.
Example, writing your goal in the comments makes it real. It moves it from your mind into the world.
And that is exactly why we ask you to write in the comments every episode. Not for numbers, but because the act of writing makes your intention real.
Make it real. Start small. One sentence, one name, one tiny action.
Make it real. That is our final word and our final challenge to you today.
And those are our 8 LexiPath words for today. Each one is a little window into the way we connect, or fail to connect, with the people we love.
Pick one word that felt true for you, just one, and try using it this week, in a sentence, in your journal, in the comments below.
And if today's episode stirred something in you, if you thought of someone, if you felt something shift, please subscribe to LexiPath Podcast English Channel.
Share this episode with someone in your life, not as a message, in person. Look at them and say, I heard something today. Can I tell you about it?
And in the comments, tell us, who is one person you want to be more fully present with? You do not have to write a paragraph. Even one name is enough.
Because writing that name is the beginning of choosing them over the screen.
Thank you for spending this time with us. It means more than you know.
Now close this podcast, put your phone down, and go find your person. Bye-bye, everyone. See you in next episode.
See you next time. Bye.